Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is March 29th, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 29. Can you believe the month is almost over? How fast does that go? It's crazy, right? You think, oh, I've got plenty of time to get things done, and before you know it, the month is over and it's time to pay all the bills again. What's that got to do with what I'm going to talk about? I have no idea. It's just a realization that, man, things go fast in this world, don't they? Today we're going to look at Proverbs 29, verse 9, and the verse reads this way: If a wise man goes to court with a fool, there will be ranting and raving, but no resolution. And as I was looking at this morning, I was thinking to myself, it's funny because whether it's actually going to court or it's just going to resolve something between two individuals, that could be looked at as holding court, couldn't it? You've got a conflict between two individuals, you come together, and maybe with a mediator in between, and you're going to have a conversation. And each one of you is absolutely convinced you're the wise person. And the other person is the fool. And there's ranting and raving, but no resolution. That probably happens a lot more often than there's actually a wise person and a fool. Each person thinks they're the wise and thinks the other's the fool. And because of that, you get absolutely nowhere. Because if you spent time reading in Proverbs today, you saw that a wise man would create peace in that situation. It was interesting when I noticed that today that, if you're in court, you're dealing with someone, you're trying to work out an issue between two, whether it's a husband and a wife, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, a boss and an employee, a neighbor, the guy at the corner that just cut you off, the guy at the gas station that's cussing you out. Those are all the same situation. In reality, you're in court trying to come up with a resolution. And there's ranting and raving from both sides, and there is no resolution. So today, the challenge is, when you interact with someone that you need a resolution with, be the wise person. I was going to find the other verse that I wanted to read to you, and I don't find it right now. And that's okay. The truth of the matter is, it is important that we do these things. I'll read this to you. It does tie Proverbs 29, verse 20 and following. Do you see a man who speaks too soon? There is more hope for a fool than him. A slave pampered from his youth will become arrogant later on. An angry man stirs up conflict, and a hot-tempered man increases rebellion. A person's pride will humiliate him, but a humble spirit will keep him safe. To be a thief's partner is to hate oneself. He hears the curse, but will not testify. And so the thought here is, when you're interacting with someone, if you see yourself as the wise one, you're going to be really slow with your words. You're going to be aware of what's going on around you. and you're going to interact in a way that causes you to not have things blow up. There may not be a resolution because the other person may be a fool. That is true. But you don't have to be a fool too. Because if there's two fools, there absolutely is no resolution. But if there is actually a wise person, there's a much better chance that a resolution will come. Even if it is as simple as the wise person walking away. Today, guys, it's really important we remember that wisdom is not having to be right. Wisdom is recognizing the environment and loving them where they're at. Because the reality is that's what Jesus did for me. That's what he did for you as well. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.